5 months going in and out of the doctor's office, in and out of the hospitals, hooked up to IVs, hooked up to all of this chemo IV stuff, getting all of these shots in the stomach. My stomach up. That was the first phase to get me ready for the second phase. I disappeared this month in September because September was the start of the second phase. What was the second phase? Doctor's like, listen, this is the plan. We're going to give you a dose of chemo. I said, well, I've already been taking chemo these 5 months. And he's like, this is going to be a big dose. I say, how big? Guess what he said? Can anybody guess what he said? I'll give you 10 seconds. I'll give you $20. You have to have a cash out. $20 if you guess what this is. I'll give you 10 seconds. Somebody said this big. I like that. Big, a lot, a gallon. Take it all. Hold up, pause now. Take it all nuclear, right? A huge dose, a teaspoon. No, I don't see it. Triple dose. All right. Y'all got some good guesses. Somebody said 10x. All right, stop doing it. Stop doing it. The contest is over. I said, I've been taking chemo these 5 months. Give you a big dose. I said, shout out to Odie Brown. All right, Odie Brown didn't get it, but shout out to Odie Brown. I like that. I've been taking chemo these 5 months. It's gonna be a big dose. I said, how big? Why does nigga say fatal? We're gonna give you a fatal dose. I was like, I thought you fuckers were here to help. I could have done that by myself. I got a Benelli upstairs. I'm gonna give you a fatal dose. Says, here's what we're gonna do. Before we give you this fatal dose, we're gonna bring you in for days. And we're gonna give you a lot of shots in your stomach. And then we're gonna send you home with tons of syringes. And you're going to give yourself shots in the stomach. You're going to give yourself shots in the stomach in the morning and shots in the stomach in the evening. And what that's going to do is stimulate your stem cells. And you're going to have stem cells everywhere. And then you're going to come in for multiple days in a row. And we're going to plug you into this machine, like a dialysis machine, and you're going to be here for hours. And we're just going to harvest those cells. Bring a book, bring some lunch, and you're going to be here. And we're going to harvest the cells. And after every day we harvest these cells, what we're going to do is we're going to freeze them. And then we're going to give you a few days to rest. And then when you come back, we're going to give you that fatal dose of chemo. And then the next day, we're going to bring you back in. And we are going to inject those stem cells that we've thawed out. We're going to inject those stem cells into you. And our plan is hopefully they'll rescue you. I was like, that's your fucking plan? Hopefully? You're gonna kill me, and then you're gonna rely on my stem cells to rescue me. Like, yeah, that's the plan. It works. It's the standard protocol. Guys, I'm telling you. He was like, trust me. This is a new protocol, but it's the standard nowadays. And I went and got a second opinion. You're gonna kill me to bring me back. I went and got a second opinion. Why those fuckers tell me the same thing? We're gonna kill you too. We're going to kill you. We're gonna bring you back. So I had two hospitals to choose from. One that would do 21 days straight in the hospital. So they would admit me and do the whole thing in 21 days. The second option was an outpatient for 14 days. So I was like, wait a minute. I can either go to this one hospital and they're going to admit me 21 days straight. I'm on lockdown. Or another program, the other program, which is only 14 days. And I get to go home every day. Now there's 6-hour days. But I was like, that's a no-brainer. 14 days, run it. So I choose them. The doctor's like, yeah, 14 days. You'll go home every day, no problem. Then I talked to the nurse afterwards. Yeah, sign up. Here's my insurance, all that, which is another thing. I don't even want to get into the whole insurance thing. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. The shots alone, I got a bill for like $200,000. We'll talk about the insurance thing later. I was like, y'all gonna kill me. Just don't wake me up. So I chose the 14 days, get to go home every day. Well, as I got closer to the fatal dose day, They started changing it on me. They were like, yeah, well, this one's 21 days too, but you get to go home every day. I was like, well, that's not what you guys said. They were like, yeah, well, the doctor, he'll say, 14 days, but he doesn't really know because we're here every day. We see you. It's going to be more like 21 days, but you get to go home every day. And I was like, well, shit, I guess I'm already signed up, I suppose, but if you know that the doctor says 14 all the time and you know it's 21, why don't you tell the people that it's 21? Yeah, well, yeah, well, what? That's a big thing for me because I have to have a caregiver. This is a trade-off. If you go in on the 21 days, you don't have to have a caregiver because you're on lockdown 21 days in the hospital. But hospitals, I mean, they wipe out your whole immune system when you do this. And in the hospitals, there's viruses and bacteria. It's like they pass door to door. So that's one of the advantages of going home every day. At least you're not stuck in the hospital 24/7. But man, you're knocking on death's door. And so you can need to be rushed to the hospital at any moment. So you have to give a caregiver. And this is why family is so fucking important. So I need a caregiver. If you tell me 14 days, I'm going to tell my caregiver 14 days, but now you're moving it to 21 days. Well, this is a real thing, guys. This person has to sign a contract saying that they're going to watch me 24/7. They're going to do all my driving. They're going to do all of the cooking. They're going to do all of the cleaning. I'm not allowed to touch a garbage can. I have no immune system. Zero. It's important to let this person know if they're going to be here for 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. What's the fucking deal? Yeah, well, the doctor always says that, but we clear it up in the end. Fine. Y'all got me. Then we get even closer to the day. It's like, well, the clinical psychologist comes in, says, yeah, we're going to start you off. We're going to give you the dose, and then, we'll see how long you have to be in the hospital. What do you mean you'll see how long I have to be in the hospital? Yeah, you're going to get admitted. You, the selling point of this fucking program is that I get to go home every day. Now you're telling me that I'm going to be admitted. So, well, I'm not saying that you're definitely going to be admitted, but 85 to 90% of our patients are admitted. Sometimes for 2 days, sometimes 5 days, sometimes 20 days. Oh. Mind you, everything is scheduled. I'm taking all these fucking shots in the stomach. And as we get closer and closer, now it's the bait and switch, but it's too late. Rage. Rage. What are you telling me? 2 days, 5 days, 20 days. That's why I chose y'all so I don't have to be locked up for fucking 21 days. You told me it was 14 days. All out. Now I'm here and I'm going to be admitted. I was like, in my head, lady, A successful treatment involves me getting better without going to the doctor. She was like, well, a successful treatment is you getting better. Then why the fuck are y'all always pounding the drum of not being admitted? They got you by the balls. And that's why as you get closer and closer to the date, they give you more and more details. There's like they're fucking selling cars, man. How much do you want for your monthly payment? I mean, oh, and that's another thing, guys. That's another thing that I did not appreciate. I did not appreciate, and I know some of y'all are going to think I'm stupid or naive. I did not appreciate how big of a business healthcare was because I've never been in the system. I thought healthcare was about getting better. I learned that in America, we have a for-profit system, and you are the profit. And I had not taken into account what that really means. Everybody knows that the healthcare system in the United States is jacked up. We all know that generally. But until you start getting these fucking EOBs, what is it? Estimation of benefits. The insurance charges is one thing, the hospital's paying another, and then the hospital's sending you bills directly when you have insurance, but they're still and you try to match up the bills that they're sending you from the hospital versus what your insurance, and their shit's not matching, nothing's matching up. And it's tens of thousands of dollars floating around, and oh, pay this, pay that. Oh, you got an 827 credit score, watch this. You better pay this bill. How much is it? $4,300. We're going to send it to collections. What do you mean? I have insurance. Well, you need to get on a payment plan. That's another thing I learned too. These fucking payment plans, at least they won't send you to collections. If you have a 550 credit score, you don't give a fuck. But if you've got an 817, an 827, your boy's trying to do big shit over here. They will send your ass to collections. And you will, how much do you owe? You have no idea. Go to the doctor, to the hospital 120 times, and then see if the shit lines up. See if you have any idea how much you're supposed to pay. It is opaque. This system is not transparent at all, and not transparent on purpose. It's insanity, the bills that I'm getting from these hospitals. And we ain't even talking about radiology. We ain't even talking about the goddamn anesthesiologist and this and that. And oh, this person's in network. This person's not on network. I thought if you got sick, your struggle was solely getting better. I did not know about the financial gamesmanship. Oh, we have a 14-day program. And then when you get locked in, oh, really, it's 21 days. Oh, and you will have to be admitted most likely. Listen to this. A few weeks ago, I was in the hospital getting my blood drawn before I go in to get hooked up to all these IVs and stuff. And, I'm developing a personal relationship with this particular nurse. Amazing, amazing person. Just real personable. And she's seen it all, and she's, just got a really great bedside manner. And she was like, how's your cycle going? How's your course going? And I say, well, there's this one nurse and she's always looking at me. She's a higher nurse, a supervisor. And she's the one that makes the call. She's the one that makes the call on whether or not you get admitted that day. And then they decide how long they're going to keep you. And I was like, just yesterday, they admitted a ton of people. And I'm really worried that, she's going to admit me soon. And my whole thing is to try not to get admitted. And I say it's to the point that I try to time whenever she comes around, like you're in a jail, like a prison. I try to time when she comes around and to show her that I'm eating. Because one of the reasons that they'll admit you is because you're not eating. They'll admit you if you have a fever. They'll admit you if you have diarrhea. They'll admit you if you have chills. They'll admit you it's like they're looking for reasons to admit you. And so whenever she comes around, I try to have my little applesauce and my little crackers. Oh, I'm eating. But it's like I'm having to put on this show because I can feel that she wants to admit me. You know what that nurse said? It blew my fucking mind. She says, if they admit you, they get paid more. Because now you're admitted. The hospital makes more if you're admitted. And I felt it. But when she said it verbally with words, it blew my mind. Is it obvious? Yes, when you say it. But when they build the whole fucking program about not admitting you, and now they have a financial incentive to admit you, but they didn't even tell me, like she told me, but they weren't going to tell me they have a financial incentive to admit me. And they're building the whole fucking program on not admitting me. That's how they're selling it. But now, when they got me in the hospital, open your mouth, taking my temperature 6 times a fucking day. You got a fever? You got chills? Are you eating? Open your mouth.
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
I want the truth!